Hello and welcome to this Jane's Weather Update. It is Friday, April 26th, and let's take a look at what's going on. We have a fair bit of activity happening over in the west today. Haven't seen that for a little while, so that's new and exciting. We've got grey skies across the southeast. We've got a cool change with showers working its way up the east coast, heading right up into here as the day goes on, and a bit of high-level cloud coming across. So causing that, here we have a high-pressure system that is sitting over the Bight. Let a little bit of warmth return into the southwest. There's an upper level trough as well as this surface trough that is producing those showers and thunderstorms there. This high pressure system is on its way out to the east. Meanwhile, the cold outbreak that moved across the southeast a couple of days ago, that is the thing that is working its way up the east coast. You'll feel a cooler wind in Brisbane and surrounds today, along with those showers that are right on the coast. And that is related to this one that's coming through here that will extend further north. So over the next 8 days, over the next week, we've got this activity here in the southwest. This one is more of an inland one, but then there's a little bit more that could be coming as we move into the mid to later parts next week. I'll show you that in a moment. Here is that coastal activity extending right up in through here, but there is the chance of a little bit of inland activity too through Queensland and eastern New South Wales, just extending onto that western side of the ranges, but not the far west. And it looks like once again the southeast is missing out. It's just those exposed parts that feel the effects of a cold front coming through. Okay, day by day, here we have day one, which is Friday. Here's our shower and storm activity happening over in the southwest, not in the southwest corner. Here's that activity just moving up the east coast, and things are drying out in the southeast as the high comes in. Heading into Saturday, all dry in through here. Here's our coastal activity, and then nothing now for the southwest. That's just a one-day thing, those showers and storms, which is today. Heading into Sunday, here is a change that is moving across the southwest, so a little bit of a cooler wind comes up with that one, and we'll have some showers mainly on that south coast. Again, showers still affecting the coast in through here, all clear in the southeast, but this is on its way. Now, this system here is not going to do a lot. Here we move through Monday, so again, just the exposed parts of the southeast that feel this one. It doesn't go inland, it doesn't go to the other side of the ranges. But the remains of that, there is an upper level cold pool with that one. And what that is going to do is Tuesday, so moving in through here, starting to see a bit of activity coming in through here, and I'll have a look at that in just a moment, but here it moves further northwards as we go through next week. So an upper level cold pool producing showers and thunderstorms moving inland parts as well. Meanwhile, another system coming into the southwest, that's on Tuesday, and moving through Wednesday, Thursday. Some of the modelling has a low that is off the coast here, so we'll keep an eye on that one to see what that one will do. But this means things are starting to shake up in the southwest of the country after so much heat for such a long time. Okay, having a look at week by week. So here we have Monday 29th through to Monday the 6th. So this is next week. Cool air in through here. Another burst of warmth here. So keep that in mind. That's before the showers and storms come in. We've got this cooler air extending up the east coast. So that's next week. And the rainfall, we saw this in through here, and that chance of activity just moving inland. So, and there's also some of the modelling have a bit of a line that runs through here that has some showers and storms on it. So keep that in mind as that comes in. That's sort of around the Tuesday to Wednesday part of next week. Here we have that activity in the southwest today. That's not today, this is from Monday. This is the system that begins on Tuesday. So we've got that there with a lot of dry in between. Heading into the next part, so this is week 2. Here we have the 6th of May through to the 13th, and generally cooler, but not completely. And there is still that hint of warmth that is over in the southwest. The corresponding rain doesn't have a lot on it. Now, a lot of this is showing drier than average and drier than average. This is week 2, starting Monday the 6th of May. But here there is a wetter signal in through the coast here, and also this is not either way. It is 50-50, so there's no strong signal as to how that's heading for much of Queensland and also these parts of New South Wales. All right, looking further afield. Now, the Southern Annular Mode, the US that tracks this, it stopped working on the 13th of April. I have emailed them. Hopefully they will actually come back and sort that out, because there's a lot of people that do depend on this information. Anyway, so that's where the latest observation was, but the forecast, we just jump ahead. So just ignore that line that's in through there. The first little dot you've got here, this is where the forecast is heading. Now, we know that we can use this in the short term, whereas the long term generally looks at neutral. However, this is a bit of a dip. So here we have, this is the Bureau's modelling, not the other ones, but just the Bureau. And this shows a bit of a dip as we head through here. So that indicates cold fronts get a little bit of a boost. However, looking at this one here, that doesn't look very cold fronty at all. So this is two very different types of information. This one comes from the Euro and this one comes from the Weather Bureau. So this one likes cold fronts in week 2, whereas this one in week 2 doesn't really like them at all. So that's something to watch to see what's going to happen there. Heading into the MJO, so that's our pulse of tropical activity that heads around the tropics there, and increased tropical activity. And when it's in this circle in through here, it means everything is calm, not a lot happening. So this one, there's no big tropical bursts of energy in the foreseeable future. It's all just sitting there in the a very lulled state is a nice way of putting that. All right, sea surface temperature anomaly. How much warmer or cooler than average? There's a bit going on here, and there's a bit to take in. Now, around Australia, we've got some lingering cooler temperatures. That was due to cyclones as they came through, but I'd be expecting that to pick back up again now, so we'll see if that does occur. Still, incredibly warm Tasman Sea between Australia and New Zealand, so that is a source of moisture. Looking further afield, we've got our 2 boxes that we keep our eye on. This one in the Pacific is starting to get some blues here. There's a big line of just blue, and all of this it's built in through here. Looking underneath the surface, so this one is on the top, looking underneath the surface, here was our blue. Here we have Australia on one side and South America on the other, underneath the surface. A big chunk of cooler than average, that big blob, watching it move across as we went through January, February, there it is, but still had all of that warmth up through there where that box is. Here is that big area of blue that is sitting under the surface. This was in March and ready to come up. So we know that this blue is going to increase as we move through the weeks and months ahead. Most likely, this box here is likely to turn blue, cooler than average. Now, with the warmer than average that is off in through here, that is a bit of a dipole, and what that does is help push all of that moisture towards Australia. The last one, when we were in El Nino, as we were across the later part of last year and just came out of it a week ago because it crossed the threshold here, that wasn't a proper El Nino because we had all of the warm water out here which pushes it away from Australia, but we never got the cool blues off Queensland. Okay, so we saw what happened then when it was pushed away from Australia. We did still get a fair bit of moisture here because we didn't have the offset of the cool in through here. Let's have a look now over at the Indian Ocean. We have our box in through here that is all looking warmer than average, and here's our Indian Ocean dipole. It moved around a bit as the monsoon came in, but here it is in that northern part, so it's the drier. It's a positive Indian Ocean dipole, and all of the modelling suggests that it is going to remain on that side. But let's have a look at that in actual reality. Yes, there is our orange box that's out through there. Where is the cooler than average offset, the dipole to put that through? Normally you would see that all in through here off the western parts of Indonesia. But again, this is all warmer than average. Now that we have so much warmer than average in our oceans, that is more moisture that is available. And when we used to go into a phase where it looked drier than average, we've now got these other sources of moisture to potentially offset that. What that can mean, as we've got now more heat energy in the atmosphere, we've got more moisture, it can lead to stronger systems as they come through. It can lead to stronger droughts when they do actually occur, but generally there is more moisture available, and that can do some things when it actually interacts with our weather systems. So what I want you to take away from this here is this box is changing, it's turning blue, and we've got our warm water off here, so that is a proper dipole in the Pacific Ocean and likely to head in this direction. The modelling here shows 1, 2, 3 models from about June, July, crossing that threshold, pushing that moisture towards us. A 4th one coming later in the year, so September, October, and the remaining 3 all south of that middle line there. So they're all on this side of the chart, with 4 of them crossing, 3 not quite yet. This one, not quite there yet, will take several months to get the effects of this one coming in. Having a look at the Indian Ocean, yes, we were in our positive dipole last year. Looks like we're going into a positive dipole again this year. But we do know that without the cooler water off in through here, it doesn't go into full steam. Instead of pushing that moisture away from Australia, maybe we do have a source of it from the Indian Ocean because there's so much warmer than average water there. There's more moisture to play with. Okay, let's have a look at a few things that we have on the site now. Now, I've picked Brisbane because there is a chill in the air, so I thought I'd point that out. The winds changed yesterday afternoon as the remains of the cold outbreak made its way up the coast. And look, we've got some new things here. Let's have a look. Friday. So here's our threat toolbox. No storms today. but we do have the slight risk of showers going in through here, and they may come inland during these hours. So from 1 until 4 o'clock, there is the chance of showers in the air, a little bit stronger than what we have the slight risk in through here, and then nothing at all tonight. Here's what the temperature's doing, only peaking in the low to mid-20s, so a bit of a change in the air. Why? It's our southeasterly winds, but you can see they aren't strong. They are moderate, generally around the 15 to 20k an hour mark. And if you're spraying, I wouldn't do it through here. That's based on what the rain activity is. And there is no frost risk. This is in Brisbane. All right, jumping into tomorrow. Here we have showers pick up again during the morning, continuing right on through. Temperature 14, 13 as we go through overnight, peaking at the low to mid-20s during the day. Winds, similar sort of thing. So that shows us what our threats are. If there was a bit more exciting weather pattern, you'd see some more things on here. But I'm very interested in 5 a.m., 13 degrees on this particular day. So I click that and it jumps you right through to there. So it's another way of navigating around the site in terms of time. Up the top, here's our cloud visualization. So you can see high, mid, and low level cloud. High, mid, and low level cloud, that is above 6,000 meters. It's 2.5 to 6,000 meters, and below 2,000 meters is our low level. Now we've done the different coloring here. So the high level cloud, that's the one that sunlight can get through. So if you could have a lot of high level cloud there, but it's still mostly sunny because there's a lot of daylight coming in, a lot of sunlight coming in. Mid level cloud, that gets a little bit thicker, but this grayer color here, that's your low level cloud that can take up most of the sky. Now, when it increases tomorrow, so does our low level cloud there. Moving forward in time, do we have any breaks? There we go. Proper sunshine coming through here all the way through next Tuesday. So we know we've got our southeasterly winds, our onshore airflow. We've got showers right on the coast there. So we wouldn't be expecting a lot of bright sunshine over hours and hours at a time. But this shows you what's happening. All right, let's have a look at another one in terms of our machine learning. I want to point this one out here. Look when Euro was delivered this morning, 5:04 a.m. Hey, that's before Australia at 5:24. Now we're in out of daylight savings. It does start with a 5 across the eastern seaboard, but Euro is there first. Why is Euro there first? It's because this is finally the high resolution Euro modelling. So very excited to bring this to you. This is the top of the line, the gold standard. It is the duck's nuts, you could say, of forecasting. So it's the Euro, it is their 0.1 resolution version, it's their high resolution. This is exciting stuff. Get ready for better forecast to come through with this one. So this does come from the Euro, and it is a resolution of about 9 kilometers. So that is our highest resolution modeling that we have now. I'll put this out. You'll see how much better it does. So look how closely they all are together. Still, this one is doing something. Let's go back to the start here. So they're all sort of on the same path in terms of all being nice and tight together. This one tomorrow, a bit more from the Canadian model, which is in pink, which is why it is cooler. But have a look at those three modeling, all hitting that same thing. So I've got high confidence in that. Now, this one here, I'm using our Pro consensus because I have signed up to be a Pro member. If you haven't done it yet, do please head to your account settings, which is in through here, and click the Contact Jane, and that one will come through and we'll put you straight on. Okay, so that's, everyone should get onto that one. Please do, because it is much better forecasting. I'll show you this in action here. I've just picked up Mount Buller, and here we go today. Lots of sunshine. Look at those gaps in through here. Cloud comes back on Sunday morning. It is high and mid-level cloud, not really any low level. So the visibility up there should be fine because it's much, much higher in the sky. Having a look at this modeling in through here, it's not freezing cold nights. However, here is the modeling from the actual global weather models. Now, all of these have them going underneath, whereas our new modeling, our Pro consensus, has learnt from conditions at the site, and it has adapted that forecast to what the actual conditions are. When we get a weather system like this, it knows that it's not sub-zero temperatures, it's actually +4. And if you follow it on, I'll show you next week just how true that actually was. So if you have a tricky spot that the global modeling really doesn't do a great job for, if you can get a weather station in the area and for it to come into our machine learning and AI environment, you can get some much, much better forecasts coming out of that. That's it from me today. If you haven't signed up for Pro, do get in contact and we'll get you onto that straight away. Bye.